Coming to you live from the nation's capital in Sandman River. Good evening, a pleasant welcome to the news today. Only on KMTV with me, Zach Sherman. The headlines. U.S. House passes bill to grant permanent status to Liberians in the U.S. Liberian politician Professor Alaric Toba accuses government of creating artificial scarcity of Liberian banknotes on the local market. Over 77,000 civil servants Union of Liberia threatens go-slow action on Monday. Well, those plus more are packaged for you when we shall return.
Yo, what's up, man? LIB, this is your boy D12. You already know Mr. Born to Win. I'm gonna be live in Liberia performing live for the Shintao Bell and Roll Festival that's happening on Saturday, December 21st and Sunday, December 22nd. It's gonna be super crazy. There's gonna be a meet and greet December 19th at the Shintao Rehab. It's gonna be super, and there's also gonna be the after party for the conference on the 20th. It's gonna be crazy. Come out and make history, man. Your boy D12 is gonna be live. You already know what it is. Let's get it.
This is news today only on KMTV. The managing director of the National Housing Authority, Cecilia Coffee Brown, is calling on Liberians to see Liberia as their common denomination and help in rebuilding the country. According to her, with passion, strong commitment, and togetherness, Liberia will move forward. Madam Coffee Brown said it is about time for Liberians to see the country as the bigger picture and work towards lasting development. She spoke Friday at the 24th graduation exercises of the Liberian Opportunities Industrialization Centers in Matadi.
As you graduate today, this is just few pointers to let you know, yes, you want to make money because you have to be able to sustain your families, but at the same time to know that what you can also make national sacrifices. And if you don't get the reward now, trust me, you will get the reward later. Don't be that managing director or that minister of government appointed that's looking for lucrative places that you can go and steal. Be that person who the president can send you to that is empty, but yet by your ingenuity and also embracing the people who are working along with you, you can make that company viable. This is how you leave a legacy. When the Bible is saying a good name is better than silver or gold, what the Bible is saying is that legacy. You must leave your name, not in bad way. You should leave your name in what? In good and outstanding way. Also, when you leave from here, you will become managing director, deputy managing director. Your work shouldn't only be about you. Hello? It's not you. The people that you work with, your workers, you should treat the lowest person at work just as much as you treat the upper person. Because all people come with what? They come with different expertise to be able to bring you to when the people under you have worked, that the people that go praise, they go praise those people. And that the big people that they be praising. A plumber is a professional person. Whether you're working or not, you can work in a neighborhood. If you use strategy, you can make money without even being employed. A builder, a construction worker, if you get together and establish your company, hello, if 10 of you were to get together and establish your company, guess what? You can do your work outside of investors' work. You don't have to wait for them.
Meanwhile, the National Housing Unit Buzz has encouraged the graduates to make national sacrifice and leave a legacy for the foul march of the country. Madam Coffee Brown urged the over 200 graduates to embrace change in order for them to become productive citizens in the country.
He was like you and he was like me. And we all what? We all pray and we push it up by our foot. The same way how you pray, that the same way how when things are not going good in the country, get back. It took God 12 years to answer you. Alan? It took God 12 years to give you the president that you wanted. So your prayer will not just be one day. I'm only encouraging you. I know times are hard. But remember that, in everything, give thanks. And also what? You should pray. We should pray for our leaders. Because soon as someone becomes president, immediately, all kind of people that put themselves around you. Once they put themselves around you, they will barricade that space, the good people will not come around you. They will make sure the good people who will give you good counsel will not come around you. Maybe you will see your face in the initial stage, but afterward they block you. It's not all MDs that can see the president on like that. Hello? Because we got to pass through people first before we can go see the president. Now, if you're a good MD, maybe you're working somewhere, they put out conspire, they lie on you for something what they want to do, and you want to agree to do it. You think they will let you see the president? They will go tell the president a different story. So that we see is that it's not unique to President alone. Madam Selvi was like that, and all the presidents that around the world are like that. So let's pray for our president to ensure that God speaks to him, to ensure that all the wicked people, anybody who is wicked in government, who doesn't care for the people, let them just move from there, so that the good people that won't work, so they can come to work.
The National Executive Director of the Liberia Opportunities Industrialization Centers, that's Marie Conley, has underscored the need to invest in the future leaders of Liberia. According to her, building the foundation as well as the empowerment of young people is crucial to the nation's building. Madam Konaki spoke Friday at the 24th graduation exercises of LOIC.
We are sitting on a situation with our youth that we need to continue to pour. The situation in our country depends on the youth. I always say if there are no youth for chaos, there will be no a situation of war or of violence. I call on our partners today to come so that we can coordinate our activities to the youth of this country. My fear is growing around the situation of our youth. LIC work with destitute youth. We know what we are seeing. We don't have a written statistic, but from the time we deal with these people, we know what's going on. Please come, let's coordinate our activities. We are having challenges. Our challenges not always around money. But we have challenges that we need to coordinate our activities to be able to meet up with the needs of the youth of this country. If we don't do it, we'll hold ourselves responsible. The youth have needs that we need to cater to. Please come, let's coordinate. We think we are doing a lot. Some of us have passion, some of us have interest, some of us have, I don't know what, but we need to coordinate what we are doing. The youth that are growing fears around the youth of this country. So I'm making a wake-up call to all of our partners, the government, individuals who are interested. Let it not be a lip service. Let us put together our acts and cater to the youth. So I say thank you again to our partners.
Another great relief for Liberians residing in the United Nations of America, that's the United States of America, as the House passed a major bill to grant them permanent status in the U.S. According to reports, United States Senator Tina Smith, one of the brains behind the act passage, told the WCCO that it has been a major breakthrough that will provide permanent status to thousands of Liberians in Minnesota and across the United States. The Defense Authority Act, which would keep those Liberians in the United States of America, was passed Thursday in the U.S. House. Senate Smith said they have been working very hard over the period to ensure such dream becomes a reality, and she is happy for the current achievement, especially for Liberians. The bill, according to the American lawmaker, will provide path to citizenship in 5 years. Meanwhile, the U.S. Senate is expected to concur with the House hopefully on Monday, as President Donald Trump is expected to sign it subsequently. It can be recalled last March, just days before a deportation deadline for Liberians with deferred enforcement departure status, or DED, they were given a one-year extension that allowed them to stay in the country. That deadline is set to expire in early 2020. Many Liberian Minnesotans were granted DED status in 1999 in response to the Liberian Civil War. The ruling coalition for democratic change-led government is said to be undergoing immense pressure from all corridors of the country due to the current economic situation facing the country and its people. With 17 days to the December 30th planned protest, the ruling establishment has another headache to deal with as the Civil Servants Workers Union of Liberia announced a major go-slow action scheduled for December 16, 2019 on next Monday. According to the head of the group, Mobile Johnson, the planned action comes as a result of the government's alleged failure to implement a memorandum of understanding entered into between they and the national government relative to their salaries. Mr. Johnson said, after countless efforts, negotiations, as well as consultations from relevant sectors, the government has allegedly failed to meet up with their part of the bargaining to pay them their long and delayed salaries. He called on all those members not to go to work as of Monday, December 16, 2019, until they hear from their leadership, because enough is enough and they are tired of promises without tangible results. The decision, when fully implemented by the civil servants, would be a major blow to the government and the country in general, and may appear to be a practical shutdown of crucial activities of Liberia owing to the significant role they play in society. Meanwhile, Deputy Presidential Press Secretary Smith Stobie recently assured all civil servants that they will get their pay for the 2 months, October and November, while the December will enter into January of 2020. Well, folks, if you're just joining us, this is a reminder that you are watching news today only on KMTV with me, Zach Sherman, your presenter. Stories we are following. Liberians in the U.S. rejoice as the House of Representatives in the U.S. passes the Permanent Residing Act in the U.S. Liberian politician Alari Tupa accuses government of creating scarcity in the economy. Over 77,000 civil servant workers across Liberia threatened to go slow action on Monday. Those more stay coming up for you after this short break. We'll bring you more development.
What's up, Liberia? What's up, Liberia? So if you would give me joy, Angela. What's up, Liberia? It's your Rockstar Kwangin. So you can catch me performing live at the Belt and Golden Town Beer Festival on the Saturday, December 21st, and on Sunday, December 22nd at the SKD Sports Complex. Meet and greet will happen. All Whites Party on the 19th at the Central Rehab. Conference Party will happen on the 20th. And come, let's make history together. Rockstar Kwangin is going to be there, so come. Let's have fun. Don't stay home. Come, let's have fun. It's Rockstar Kwangin. I love you. Rockstar Africa #1. I would die on top of your matter. Kasha, bibi, haba, eme, mide, taya, baby, Rockstar.
Welcome back. This is News Today. Liberian politician Professor Alaric Tupa has accused the government of creating artificial scarcity of the Liberian banknotes on the market. Professor Tupa believes such plan was allegedly executed to create a situation that will fast-track the printing of new currency in a tone of 30 billion Liberian banknotes. Making the remarks when he appeared on KMTV special In the Build segment Friday, the chairman of the National Democratic Coalition intoned it would be difficult for government to deliver on her campaign promises due to the lack of political will to implement any serious agenda. He has been speaking more to KMTV's Emmanuel David.
Into the economy, it is clear that much needs to be clarified. It is not.
Is it alleged or is a belief that you hold that there is an artificial shortage of money or withdrawal of monies on the market?
I have been clear that the shortage was artificial, and that is why the reintroduction of the money is being questioned by the legislature. From where George Weah sits, from where his officials sit, they do know that the shortage was artificial.
Is there any proof that you can give, any tangible so far?
They have to give me the evidence.
That could
they have to give me the proof.
The burden of
the shortage was not artificial. Why? Because they have no right, therefore, to introduce new monies there within a short period of time when they claim that there was no money. Where does the new money come from? If it is the same old money, then a criminal regime has printed the same old money and brought it into the economy. It is not possible to pretend that a money was not available and then without the approval of the legislature, who we are giving power to print money in this country, then you see new money in the economy without raising the consent of our president.
The burden of proof lies on the head of the accuser. You have to provide that proof.
Let them take me to court. Let them take me to court. I will demonstrate.
Will you adduce the evidence?
I will produce evidence that they are criminals. As far as I'm concerned, we don't see such improvement, we see decline. My concern is, let government seek ways to improve. Meanwhile, I just have to say that it is impossible for government to produce the kind of improvement we want in a system like this.
Impossible?
Yes, the system needs
impossibility? 4 years, President Weah.
Okay, let me say it is difficult. Okay. It is hard, if not impossible.
You sounding like a
I have lived in other countries. I've seen it.
You sounding like a pessimist.
I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optimist. I'm saying I'm blunt. I said this government is incorrigible. It will not change. This government will crack. It will break down from within and scatter.
Professor Topa at the same time attributed the current status of the country to the reintroduction of the past in present-day reality. Something he said is contributing to high crimes among others.
Politics is not about dishonesty. Politics is about honesty.
Okay.
Politics is about love for human beings. A correct pursuit of politics should put at the center stage the interests of people. It seems to me the greatest problem we are facing is that in the late 20th century and in the early 21st century, the same mistakes that were conducted by government, the same approaches that were taken by government, are the same approaches that we are working on. That is why we have the problems that we do have. In spite of the details of what are happening in this government, in spite of our agreements and our disagreements with what is happening in this government, the continuation of the past has come into the present.
Okay.
If that is happening then, it means that we are not coming to grips with the source, the root causes of our problem. The root cause of our problem is that there is a system here that we have to change.
A system that was created years ago.
Decades ago. More than a century ago. What we are allowing is the insertion and reinsertion of personnel into the system. And thinking that personnel alone can change the system.
Some of those people have vast knowledge like you to help the government get on track.
Then why is it that they are not helping the government to get on track? Look at what is happening today. It is like worse than what happened yesterday. People are saying, but we should not forget what is happening today also did happen yesterday. But it is continuing because we are not asking the right questions.
And what are some of
if we don't ask the right question, we don't have the right answer. Why is it that parents are catching hell to pay school fees for their children? Why is it that parents are catching hell to buy food, to put food on the table? Why is milk and bread disappearing from the table of those who could afford before? Why is it that everybody is complaining? Why is the banking system down? Why is the government not in control of much? Why are crimes rising and rising? Why is there the right relationship between the change of government and the rising wave of crimes?
A candidate vying as coordinator for the Female Journalists Association of Liberia elections cautioned the elections committee of the organization to avoid what she termed as flip-flopping in the dissemination of information during election period. According to Lisa Darcy, her vice and secretary general aspirants were wrongly denied something she noted is unacceptable. She further emphasized that the committee needs to revisit the decision void of fear or favor.
We need the Elections Commission of Fiji needs to stop flip-flopping. Because one moment they tell you Article 9 was the basis for denial of the two candidates. Then they come back into the chat room and tell you Article 6, Section 9. So why they flip-flop? So we are detesting that something is going on under the carpet that we're not understanding. And these people are qualified. They are qualified as per Article 6, Section 9 of our Constitution. They are qualified because it talks about the qualification of officers. Bana Malobi is going for Secretary General. She was denied. They have not been able to officially communicate with her. Even me, who they've been able to clear as a presidential candidate. We sent emails, we wrote our application, we delivered it. For any reason you say that for any reason, maybe as per the Constitution and being clear, you need to be able to officially communicate with me. We're not running a they say conversation with the Elections Commission around this place. Because if you do that, if I don't have credit to go in the chat room, what if I'm now a freak of the chat room? Where do I get the information from? So you must be able to communicate with me. Wherein you're not able to send me email to solidify your claims against me, you must be able to call me. So that's the follow-up mechanism. They're not able to work that out. So I've seen a lot of flip-flops in these kind of elections. But they need to be mindful. Because Fiji should not turn on the PEL. Because if people are disenchanted, you know where they will obviously go. Because if you are the EC, we give you that particular power to be able to look into issues that comes out of the election. If you're not able to look into that, they will have another alternative. I think the alternative will be the law. Panay has been a full member of Fiji over the last 3 years. She has paid her dues. So the Constitution talks about you, especially in Article 11. It talks about you being a full due payer. A regular due payer of the organization. So you can be able to contribute to revenue generation of the organization. She has been one person doing that. So we are protesting a particular results from the Elections Commission.
Meanwhile, the featured presidential candidate calls on women journalists to become professional in their disagreements and avoid personal attacks and maintain the dignity of the association.
So I think I will want them to be more professional because this is a profession that a lot of people look at us as role models. We should be able to direct the conversations and the direction of people in the morning, in the evening, at all times of the day. We must conduct ourselves peacefully in these processes because after elections on next Friday, there will be Fiji. And Fiji stands tall among us. Regardless of our differences, we can disagree to agree, but Fiji must come first. So if you have your candidate, you should be focused on selling your candidate and not to attack people's personality. Because if you start to attack people's personality, you will get drifted from the issue. And in that way, you get yourself conflicted. And at the end of the day, you don't reunite with your friends. Then they say, oh, there's a problem in Fiji, there's a problem in Fiji. So I'm appealing to all of us to be able to conduct ourselves in a peaceful manner so we can have these processes conducted the right way we should.
Lisa Daze is a presidential candidate vying for president of the Female Association Journalists in Liberia. That's the Female Journalists Association of Liberia. Grand Bassa County District 5 Thomas Goshal has termed as irresponsible the failure of government to civil servants, despite the LRA's continuous announcement of collecting projected revenue. According to Representative Goshua, the economic management team should take measures that will reduce the burdens currently faced by the Liberian people, and also added that he does not support the printing of the new banknotes.
To the LRA's repeated statement that she's collecting a projected revenue, whilst the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning has not been able and consistent with said projection, pay civil servants their just wages. It is irresponsible for any government to renege on its responsibility to pay its employees. Additionally, when citizens labor and do not get pay, it lays the foundation for national security threat. It is also important to note that we do not support the printing of additional banknotes as requested by the executive. Rather, we will support the changing of our currency to ensure the use of a singular banknote. In consideration of the current economic crisis and other attending issues, we believe that the economic management team should take measures to ensure that the burden on the people reduces to a minimum level. As we speak currently, the hardship is currently alarming. IMF country team report projected a growth rate from 4.7% to 0.4%. What this speaks to is the fact that productivity has dropped sharply and must be of great concern to our government to ensure the development of the requisite monetary and fiscal policies that will enhance growth and development our people to regain their values as productive citizens.
With that from Grand Bassa District Number 5 Representative Thomas Gosha, that brings us to the end of news today. But before we go, here once again the headlines. U.S. House passes bill to grant permanent status to Liberians in the U.S. Liberian politician Professor Alaric Topa accuses government of creating artificial scarcity of Liberian banknotes on the local market. Over 77,000 civil servants union of Liberia threatens to go slow action on Monday. Well, folks, that's how we close up on news today. Thanks for your viewing pleasure. On the then, my name is Zach Sherman. Do have yourselves a wonderful Friday evening.
It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
Looking for a quality and affordable insurance company? Then look no further. Peter Massaco Insurance, located in central New Jersey, is one of the best around. Peter Massaco Insurance specializes in homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, business insurance, and many more. We even offer a free financial planning consultation. We partner with over 20 top-rated companies to make sure we provide affordable prices to our clients. We have a full bilingual staff to fit your needs as well. Let Peter Massaco Insurance help you today.
Shintao Beer presents the first ever beer festival to hit Liberia. It's the Belt and Road Shintao Beer Festival from December 19th to December 22nd, 2019. The 4 days event will include the Shintao Beer Conference and Outdoor Banquet Dinner, the Belt and Road Shintao Mini